Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Life Show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody, and it's time for your verse of the day. All right, so today's verse of the day comes from Exodus 14:14. And I don't know why, but I get excited when numbers match up like that, when it's the 14th chapter and the 14th verse. I really pay attention when that happens because I feel like it's mystical, it's magical. So pay attention to this one. All right. This is Exodus 14:14, but it's the New International Version, the NIV. And it says this: The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. And when I read that verse, it just brings back so many memories of how many times I've gotten in the way. Being still is a difficult thing for so many of us because we feel like we need to take part in things. And sometimes we do need to be involved, but there are times where God tells us, you sit back and watch me work. You sit back and watch me deliver. You sit back and watch me act. When we move, oftentimes we get in the way and we disturb the process or the progress. Just think about with your kids, and your kids may want to help with something, and it's so much easier if they just moved out of the way and allowed you to do it. You end up tripping over them trying to finish the job and all that. And sometimes when it comes to the Lord, He wants to show us how much He does love us and how much He does care, that He's going to do this entire thing. And He doesn't need our help. He wants it to be known that it was He that did this for us and not any other means of power, no means of wisdom, no means of thought or idea. It was God that did it all. So sometimes we got to just stand still and watch. Stand still and watch. And it's difficult. It's so hard for so many of us to be present in the moment. We're so worried about tomorrow. And we're so wrapped up in what happened yesterday that we can't be still today and let Him lead us, let Him guide us. So if I could beg you to do anything, it would be to just stand still and listen and learn and watch and rest. There's two things that God wants to teach us. One is patience and one is trust. And in order for us to get those things, we have to go through things with Him. And some things He tells us to walk in advance. And then sometimes He says, stand still. When I was a little boy, I went fishing with my stepdad. And I'm terrified of snakes, terrified. And I was walking down this dirt road with my pole, and I was whistling and feeling good and looking up in the sky. And then all of a sudden He said, Columbus, stop. And I froze in my steps. I listened to Him. He says, don't move, stand still. And I stood still. And then He says, look down. And I looked down on the ground, and right in front of me, there was slithering across the road with this gigantic snake, gigantic. Now, of course, my heart just jumped out of my chest. I mean, I'm surprised I'm still alive today. But if I learn to follow His directions, He told me before we even started, you need to watch where you walk, be alert, be diligent. That's the same thing God tells us. Watch where you walk, be alert, be diligent. And if we walk with Him and we keep our eyes on Him and keep our eyes in step with what He's doing, we will not walk into the pit of the vipers. We will not walk into the things that could harm us or that can keep us from becoming the men and women that God wants us to be. So the verse of the day for you all is this: trust Him, be patient, just stand still and watch Him work. All right, that's your verse of the day. Watch it, share it, live it. Now let's get busy living the life. God bless.